Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties, 'cause it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
Not hardly, and you can expect hazardous travel later today with that blizzard thing.
That blizzard thing? Oh, well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes, they are. But there's another reason why today is especially exciting.
Especially cold.
Yeah, especially cold, okay. But the big question on everybody's lips...
On their chapped lips.
On their chapped lips, right. Do you think Phil is gonna come out and see his shadow?
Punk's a tawny Phil.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers, it's Groundhog Day!
Colin had a problem and a microphone to spare. Thomas took it up and so the podcast went to air. For weeks and months they trolled through every single DVD. They've unwrapped all the ones they can, and now they're cellulose free.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Cellulose Free. My name is Colin, and with me as always is my fellow film watcher, compadre and son, Thomas.
Hi, hello.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to... Okay, that was going to work better in my head.
Yeah, and then it didn't,
No. I was going to just keep saying the same thing for the next 15 minutes. As if it was... What's the name of that film? Where things just keep repeating themselves?
Live, Die, Repeat.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day.
No. Happy Death Day, yes. 1201. Look, there are a lot of films that sort of rose up predominantly after Groundhog Day. That used
code.
The same premise, that things sort of reset, and yeah, big long list. I don't dare suggest that this is the first, because it's not. But it is certainly the first of the well-known ones, I think. So, why are we doing this so early?
Why are we doing this so early?
Because it's Groundhog Day! Yes. This was Thomas's idea, and I think it's a wonderful one, to go through the entire calendar, matching every single day of the year with a movie that we have on the shelf. What?
My point largely being that we will get to February 2022 when a Thursday will line up with a release schedule.
Right.
But I would rather not wait until February 2022 when it lines up with our release schedule.
Yes. So we're not waiting till 2022. All those hundreds of years away. We're doing it now.
Also, hi, we're recording this on the Friday before.
We are. And you may think that jeopardizes any chance of interaction between the previous episode that we recorded on Wednesday and the episode that we're recording on Friday. But you'd be wrong. There's been some. Boy, has there been some, Thomas.
Yep, there's certainly been some interaction.
And we'll be getting to that in its tightly allotted spot that we have allotted for that spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, we are officially watching Groundhog Day.
Yep.
On Groundhog Day, or as close to Groundhog Day as we can to get this released on Groundhog Day. Are we releasing it on Groundhog Day Australian time, or Groundhog Day in...
I think...
Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania. Is it Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. GHD in Punks, PA. Yeah, that's Pennsylvania.
Good. I believe we actually have a listener in Pennsylvania.
As we are recording,
Yes.
it's a few minutes after we would normally be releasing, and so it is currently 3 a.m. in Punks, PA.
Well, there we go. So I don't know. We will discuss when this comes out, but it'll sort of land roughly around Groundhog Day in Pennsylvania.
You know what we do?
What do we do?
We release it 3 hours later than usual.
Okay.
Because that's 6 a.m.
Okay, we'll do that. Sounds like a plan. Okay, now that we've finished our production meeting,
Yeah.
what are we watching?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day. Oh no, that's Pancake Day, isn't it? Sorry. We are watching Groundhog Day. For those of our dear listener who have no idea what Groundhog Day is, shame on you to begin with. Do yourself a favour. This is spoilers. There is no question about the brilliance of this film. Although we may be disappointed. It has been a while since I've watched it.
It has, yeah.
I watched it back a number of times, as is your want for such a film. Yes, Thomas, please, would you tell our dear listener who is blissfully unaware of this film, the plot from the back of the cover?
The front says it's a classic comedy from the director of Analyze This.
It is.
Which is...
Harold Ramis?
Yes, it's the sort of thing that you put on the front of a disc case before something becomes obscenely popular.
Yes. But I guess you can't say on the cover of Groundhog Day from the director who brought you Groundhog Day, can you?
Well,
you could. Actually, that would be cool. I think that would be cool having it on the cover of Groundhog Day. Yes, sorry, I keep interrupting. No, you keep interrupting. I haven't had my tablets today, I don't think. Okay, breathe.
I'm going to read the back of the case now.
Okay. That's why I was breathing. I was holding my breath.
Okay. You'll love Bill Murray at his wisecracking best in this romantic comedy about a self-centered TV weatherman who finds himself caught in a personal time warp. Suddenly he's having the worst day of his life. Over and over and over and over and
over and over and over and over and over
and over again. With no tomorrow to worry about and plenty of time on his hands, Phil explores some of his favourite fantasies, becomes an expert at all things trivial and pointless, but continually strikes out with the one woman who matters, his producer Rita.
Thomas is going to open the case. I should point out that he's opening the case because even though we've got numerous streaming services, and again, my argument against the argument that says I can get rid of all my discs because you can just play it off a streaming service. Well, how many streaming services do you need to actually watch this?
Well, you have two options. You can pay the Murdochs, and I don't want to pay the Murdochs.
No, let's not pay the Murdochs.
Or you can pay the Murdochs, and...
Let's not do that.
No, don't want to pay the Murdochs.
No. So, we're not paying the Murdochs, and therefore we have taken the well-loved disc off the shelf, and we're going to get Thomas to take the disc out of its case. He's going to put it in the player. We're going to watch it, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Turn to side B, then back to side A,
and then back to side B,
and then
mongrel,
back to side A,
mongrel,
back to side B,
mongrel,
side A,
mongrel,
B,
mongrel,
A,
mongrel,
B,
mongrel,
A,
mongrel,
B,
mongrel,
and sometime later, A again.
Mongrel.
More B, A.
Stop already! I'm hitting stop now. I am hitting stop. We have people wanting to watch this. Okay. Well, that didn't disappoint.
No, it did not disappoint.
It really is a solid film.
It is.
I love it. I did say that I have seen it back to back. That was a bit of an exaggeration, but I did watch it 3 times at the cinema. And many, many, many times since, which is bizarre because it, in many ways, is a very repetitive film. Yeah. So that doesn't... just a warning, the deranged cat is in the building. So if you hear any scratchy noises, that is the deranged cat in the deranged cat studio. Yeah, I continue to get things out of it, which, for what is ostensibly just a comedy, there are certain nuances to it that I think are really, really good. That transition from the purely selfish, self-centered to the completely depressed, and launch the cat now. Yes, to a realisation that, well, I shall make the best of it and become better. Would you stop that, cat? Well, I should point out that I did watch a video this week of a coincidentally a weather lady doing a TV weather forecast and doing it from home because of COVID and against her own green screen, and then her toddler crawled in and she picked him up and continued on with the weather, and it was very amusing. So yes, she had a child in the studio. We have a cat in the studio who is busy embedding himself into a very small Lego box, and he's not going to fit. But there's no telling him that. Do you have anything you wish to bring up concerning this film?
It is very thematically rich, isn't it?
It is.
It runs very deep. He says, ignoring the cat. Musically,
yep.
Very, very interesting. You've got "I Got You, Babe," which is in its own way a very repetitive song.
Yeah.
It's in that chorus, it's the same 2 chords. Just over and over and over again, on repeat, never really resolving.
No.
And then we get to the end of the film and we hear the song one last time, but we get out of the chorus.
Yes. Yep.
And into more musically interesting bits.
Yeah. Yep. It is musically rich, and the development of his musical skill also is rich in that respect as well.
Which all leads me to the rare mid-episode turnaround.
Uh-huh.
Because in 2016, there was a musical. Groundhog Day, the musical.
There was.
Written by Tim Minchin, with a pretty good cast. And all this is leading me to saying that while I think that the film is very good, I have listened to the cast recording of that musical several times, and I think I like it more.
And fair enough. Yep. Okay, I am also going to go out on a limb, and I think the weakest part of this movie is Bill Murray. I don't think that his acting range is broad enough for this.
Right.
Yeah, there are times where, even though there's a lot of times where scenes where he's acting like he's just phoning it in, there are other places where it still feels that way when that shouldn't be the case. So, yeah, if I've got any gripe with this film, it's actually Bill Murray himself.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I do. I really do feel terrible saying that. But yeah, there are certain emotional scenes where he doesn't carry it enough. But that's my opinion. And what do I know?
Yeah, I do really enjoy the musical.
I'm going to have to get my hands on that.
Yeah, it is a shame that it didn't do quite as well as it could have.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had a chance to see it because
yes,
it hasn't been around.
Yep.
And
yep. Yes, I had completely forgotten it had been made into a musical. I think the first that I heard, my only real recollection of it was the announcement that it was being made, and then completely forgot about it. So thank you for reminding me. Yes, must check that out. And for all you Bill Murray fans, I am sorry, and I know that there are some of you out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
there we go.
There we go. The
Yes.
rare mid-episode turnaround.
Okay, so changing the subject completely, one of the things I do love is the complete lack of explanation as to why this happened. It just did, and you know, you could argue that it resolved itself because he redeemed himself. Maybe I don't know, but
Who's to say it wasn't a coincidence?
yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was just I love the fact that there's absolutely no scientific explanation. They don't try to introduce any meteorological cause of it or anything. It just is. And it just did. And I don't even recall when I first watched it having that thought of why is this happening? Because the whole way the film developed accepted it as having happened, and Bill Murray's character does not go deep into investigating why. Just just how am I going to deal with this? The stages of grief, I guess. And yeah.
And that's something to think about as we probably in the future go into further films surrounding time loops.
Yes, I think there are a couple in the mix that will probably pop up sometime in the past. No, in the future. Yes, that is it. So after my bombshell,
Yep.
do you have anything else you wish to add?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. Again, I would like to emphasise the fact that all those complaints aside, I still went to see this 3 times at the cinema with my own money. What year did it come out?
93.
93. Yeah, see, I wasn't even married then. So I would have been on student allowance at that stage, and have certainly watched it many times still, and it is I hope you feel the energy of my passion for this film, and quickly forget my comments about Bill Murray that I'm not going to retract. I don't know. Okay. I have certainly watched many films with Bill Murray in it, and he is really good with the comedic and the straight face comedy. That's where his strengths lie, but I have never seen a film where his performance is Oscar winning. And I use that in the broad sense of his acting isn't incredibly amazing, I don't think.
Right.
Am I burying myself again? Good. Yeah. Look, again, I throw it out to our dear listener and say, yes, but have you seen this? And please don't suggest that Lost in Translation. My goodness, I tried to watch that and it's... Thomas just gave me a look. Have you seen Lost in Translation?
I've not,
no. Everyone raved about it and I just could not get... And maybe it's my Bill Murray version. I think it's Lost in Translation, is that? Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, so... Thomas is looking up Lost in Translation.
Yeah, that's a Bill Murray.
That's a Bill Murray. Which I, from recollection, is quite a serious film. It's not drama. Right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let the hate mail pour in. And do you have anything else you wish to say about?
No,
Groundhog
I
Day?
still don't.
Ah, good. So,
not since the last time you asked.
In which case, do you have anything else you wish to say about Groundhog Day?
No, not since the last time you asked.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have anything else you wish to say about Groundhog Day?
No, not since the last time you asked.
Okay. Well, how about we move on?
The following segment is currently on fire. Have a nice day.
Short and sweet segment.
Yeah.
So, as I said, there's only been a couple of days since we last recorded, but we have had a couple of... we have had one suggestion for it was an indirect suggestion as to a film that we should... and it is certainly in the mix there to watch. And thank you, Lee, for that. And also, Lee, thank you for identifying the film that caused some consternation to Stanley Kubrick in his making of Dr. Strangelove. And of course, that film was Failsafe. Well done. Kudos to Lee for Googling that so well.
Also, in conversations with Lee... more on how the Murdochs are terrible, and also on how Google is not great either.
No.
They're just... yes. Just two different flavours of bad.
Yep. All right. So, that's that segment out of the way. Let's move on to this one.
Pick a film for next week so we can go to bed.
I think it's my turn.
It is your turn.
Okay,
yes.
and I am going to I'm going to deliberately pick one.
Okay.
And I think it's fair enough that whilst Dr. Strangelove is still fresh in our minds, that we actually go for watching Failsafe. And
okay.
Can you possibly bring up Failsafe on the My Movies database? Yep. And could you please, for our dear listener, read the plot synopsis that is written on the back of the case?
When a military computer error deploys a squadron of SAC bombers to destroy Moscow... Moscow? It's Moscow, isn't it?
Fiddly-um-de-um, da-da-da-da-da.
When a military computer error deploys a squadron of SAC bombers to destroy Moscow, the American president tries to call them back, but their sophisticated failsafe system prevents him from aborting the attack, so he must convince the Soviets not to retaliate and bring us back from the brink of World War III.
Failsafe with Walter Matthau and
Henry
Fonda? Right. I was going to say Peter Fonda, and I thought, no, that's not right. But it's Henry
you're
Fonda.
thinking of Peter Sellers.
No, there is a Peter Fonda as well. All right. So, Failsafe next week, made the same year as Doctor Strangelove, but released a year later. And we'll probably touch on that when we do that next week. In which case, we hope that you can join us next week. If you've forgiven me for my somewhat unkind words regarding a certain main actor in Groundhog Day.
Back at the usual time next week.
Yes. And until then, we'll catch you next time.
Bye. You have been listening to Cellulose Free. Your hosts were Colin, who produces and edits the show, and Thomas, who makes the artwork and music. Cellulose Free is recorded in the Deranged Cat Studios in scenic Tasmania, Australia. We keep track of our extensive physical media collection through My Movies, which we highly recommend. You can find links to that, as well as other places you can find us in the show notes. Cellulose Free is a Hi Hello production.
What? Okay, good. Thanks, Kat.
Yeah, that
We must remember to hide the fish. Or the mouse. Oh, no, I think it's a mouse. It looks like a mouse-fish hybrid.
Yeah, you and I both know that'll never happen.
Maybe I need to stick a little post-it note on the top of the recorder. Hide the mouse. It might happen. Oh, stop. Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Still Under Wraps. No, it's